And now it's time for Houston's hottest relationship advice talk show, Love in Black with Tory and Teri. This show is sponsored in part by Gracie's on Kirby in Houston, Texas, and the Carrabba's Family Restaurants. And now your hosts, Tory and Teri.
Welcome back to another episode of Love in Black with Tory and Teri. Hey, we just want to thank all you guys that are tuning in today. Please tell your friends and family about us.
Yes. Good morning, lovelies. So glad to be back here to share with you. Oh my God. Guess what, honey, baby? Guess what? I've got some exciting news, but we got really good blessings going on. Yeah. We got another sponsor, and we are also a brand ambassador for another service line. How about that?
Really?
Yes, sir. Yes, really? Sir. Yes, sir.
So don't keep us in suspense. Who are they?
Okay, well.
Actually, I'm just kidding. I know who they are.
Of course you do. But, I mean, you want to say it or what? I mean, you talk about it. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, how about this? How about you do the first one? I'll do the second one.
Okay. So our first one is, our newest sponsor is Valencia Couture. Yes, Valencia Couture. Yes. You can shop Valencia Couture for your luxury evening gowns, fine dresses, and more. They have accessories. Ladies, my lovelies, they have it all. You can really, you should check them out. You really walk away very satisfied.
You'll hit a commercial coming up shortly. And we also have really good news here. We are brand ambassadors again for Black Christian influencers.
Oh yes, that was such amazing news.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my God, you talking about? We're so honored, and I was impressed.
For those of you that don't know who they are a nationwide organization that focuses on building communities of believers nationwide.
Yeah, they're the business. They really are. Really are.
And I would be remiss if I didn't mention our other brand, or the other one that we are brand ambassadors for, which is Armor of God.
Yes, Armor of God.
Sponsor, which is Gracie's Restaurant.
Oh yes, yum Gracie's. I would love to go to Gracie's when we finish. Okay, can we talk about that?
We can do lunch.
So don't remember. I mean, so just remember. Think about it. If you want to advertise, sponsor, want to send us a letter, topic suggestion, or even want to be a guest on our show, go to www.loveinblack.com and click on the radio show link. And if you need a relationship, individual, and marriage counseling, go to iforeverwill.com. Okay?
Hey, today's show, again, 2 weeks in a row, is all about our listeners. We had so much feedback from the last week's show and received more letters and suggestions for topics and all. So we decided to answer your questions again today.
I love it. Keep it coming, because we love giving this to you, and you guys are responding. So amen. Listen, stay tuned. We'll be right back after this short break. Don't go away.
Hey, what's up, family? This is KG Smooth, and you're listening to Love in Black with Tory and Teri right here on Praise 92.1.
Ladies, fall is right around the corner, which means galas, balls, and end-of-the-year functions. What are you wearing? Valencia Couture has your evening gowns or after-5 attire that is sure to turn heads. For show-stopping formal wear that will give you a grand entrance, stop by today. We're located at 7501 Harwin Drive, Suite 104B, Houston, Texas. Valencia Couture, where formal wear is always fabulous.
I'm so tired of your narcissistic personality.
I'm tired of you not validating my feelings.
What? What about when you cheated on me with my best friend?
Mother.
Whoa, does this sound like you? Need help in resolving the most simplest of issues? I Forever Will Marriage Counseling has helped many couples overcome these challenges and many others. Contact us today at iforeverwill.com or call us at 346-349-6441. And now, back to Houston's hottest relationship advice talk show, Love in Black with Tory and Teri. This episode of Love in Black with Tory and Teri is brought to you by Gracie's Restaurant on Kirby Drive and the Carrabba's Family of Restaurants. If you would like to be a guest, sponsor, or advertise, contact us at info@loveinbblackwithtoryandterry.com.
Hey, and we're back. As I said before the break, we are answering your questions again today.
Yes.
But right now, I think we're going to give something away. How about that?
Oh, yes. Let's do that. Because we're packed today, so let's do as much as we can.
So I want you guys to go to iforeverwill.com, click on the radio show link. I know we gave you another website earlier, but I want you guys to go to this one in particular because I want you to type in the message box logo. So again,
okay, BOGO, BOGO.
So again, if you buy one session, you get another one on us. Only one.
I love it. I love it.
And it's only for new clients.
Okay, yeah, for sure. You guys, This is for the people that are joining the family, okay? Those that are already in the family, you're already in the family. How about that? Okay, ready? Our first question of the day. Here we go. I'm having a hard time getting over the breakup of a 10-year relationship. He said he didn't love me anymore and had mentally checked out some time ago. How can I get over him without appearing like a wounded animal? What? No, you won't.
I'm just saying.
Oh, man.
Look, you know what? It's a real short letter. We don't have a lot of backstory, so we can only kind of conclude that she's probably going through a lot of emotions right now. Yeah. Such as anger. She's trying to figure out what's going on. Maybe even guilt, blaming herself. Also confusion. Why? 10 years. Why? Why? Because he ain't put a ring on it.
See.
And maybe jealousy as well, just because of the fact that, he's probably left her for someone else. So I can't imagine that. So I can see, if somebody walked out, like he did without any regard. Again, there's not a lot of backstory, so we don't know what the dynamics of their relationship was like. I mean, it's just a lot of unanswered things, but we're going to try to do our best today. All right?
Yeah, sweetie, listen, this is tough. Try not to internalize the breakup, okay? I mean, don't blame yourself. At times, relationships just fade. They just do. They fade. You need to grieve the breakup. You really do. I don't know if there's any children involved, how that's working out. You're going to have, if you have to co-parent, I'm really not sure how that's working for you, but definitely try to get positive. This is a crucial time for you to focus on you. Positively. Anything that you have put off doing for yourself, work on you.
Self-care.
Do you. The self-care is important. Do things that you've been putting off. Love you for a change. But relationships they can start to fade, and you have to be very careful that you don't start going down that dark pit. And that dark pit can mean sleeping a lot. If you see that there's lack of sleep, you're not able to sleep, then you might want to reach out and talk to somebody and get some help with this to manage it and to work through it. So try to get with someone immediately if you feel like you're falling into a depression.
You talked about lack of sleep or too much sleep. A lot of times, they are categorizing that as clinical depression. So definitely see somebody. Counseling would also help her, not just to cope with what's going on with the breakup, also to help her, like you said, get herself back together, start rebuilding herself, getting her to move forward instead of digressing and staying where she is in her relation, in her past relationship. And the only way to get healing is to start moving.
Absolutely. I call it a vacation, honey. Get your vacation on until you meet somebody else.
Believe me, you do not want to take this type of energy to your next relationship.
Yeah.
So
enjoy this time with you.
Yeah. So like my wife said earlier, you really have to the relationship as you
most
live.
of.
And you guys probably heard me say that.
You have to. Yeah. Go ahead, go through the whole picture thing, the whole bit, play the songs and stuff, and then, get a new attitude, like move forward. And you can. Don't even think that we're minimalizing it. You can. You really can. That's great advice, though, honey. It really is. When we return from the break, we're going to discuss our next letter. Okay? Don't go away. Be right back.
I'm so tired of your narcissistic personality.
I'm tired of you not validating my feelings.
What? What about when you cheated on me with my best friend?
Mother.
Whoa, does this sound like you? Need help in resolving the most simplest of issues? I Forever Will Marriage Counseling has helped many couples overcome these challenges and many others. Contact us today at iforeverwill.com or call us at 346-349-6441. This episode of Love in Black with Tory and Teri is brought to you by Gracie's Restaurant on Kirby Drive and the Carrabba's family of restaurants. If you would like to be a guest, sponsor, or advertise, contact us at info@loveandblackwithtoriandterry.com. And now, back to Houston's hottest relationship advice talk show, Love in Black with Tory and Teri.
Hey, and welcome back. Hey, we want to thank those of you that are just joining in. And we are answering your letters again this weekend.
I know, I love it.
And what I want you guys to do, if you have a letter you want us to read, a show topic, all I want you to do is go to iforeverwill.com, click on the link radio show, and we are having another special where all I want you guys to do is complete the form in the message box, put BOGO, and what that is buy one counseling session, get the next one free.
BOGO, ladies, you know.
New clients only. How about that?
New clients only. Okay.
So, all right. Our next question is another short letter.
Ooh.
Dear Tory and Teri, I have a question. I met this guy through mutual friends of ours. He and I have a dope vibe. He has been cool and consistent for 2 months. We just officially announced we are in a whole relationship. Then this happened. It's a whole relationship.
Right.
Anyway, he just told me that this girl that he hooked up with before we met says she's pregnant. Yeah. He reassured me that he wants to move forward with us, and he poured his heart to me that he is not on no shady ish. He loves God, and to be honest, he lives a solid life. No red flags and no shady situations have ever been an issue. Hello, we got one right here.
Wah, wah, wah. Yeah,
Please help. My mind goes back and forth. Should I stay with him? What's that song by Bishop Bullwink? Hell no.
Ooh, you're wrong.
To the no,
Okay, so
no,
anyways,
no.
we're moving forward. Okay, this is definitely a personal decision, honey. It really is, sweetie. And one between, you and God. You've only known him for 2 months, which is barely enough time to get past the representative stage. I call it the auditioning, when they're auditioning for a part in your life. How can you really tell if he's truly interested in a long-term relationship with you? What do you think? Honey, what do you think?
You know, I have more questions than answers.
I have so much, and we don't have the time to unpack this. I wish she would call me.
It's again, I have so many questions, right? One, would you actually consider being in a relationship with someone that had a baby on the way, and why? Right? Why would you? You're in a 2-month relationship. I think she needs to pump the brakes and say, hold on, you have an obligation coming up, and it's not like you just bought a car or something. You got
not a car.
how about this? You got a whole baby on the way, right? So you need to look out for yourself in this. My next question is, what's your why? Why do you want to be with this guy? I tell everybody, you guys hear it on all our shows, take love out of the equation. What's your why?
Right.
Why do you want to be with him? Why does he want to be with you? What is it about him that makes, you want to say, this is my man right here? Knowing he has a child on the way, right? My next point, or my next question, there's going to be a lot. You've been in this 2 months. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs in your relationship. A lot. We experience this from counseling all the time. I think this is something you have to pray on. Like my wife said, it's between you, the guy, and God right now. And mostly you.
Yes, and God.
Yeah.
Mostly you and God, for sure.
Well, God ain't in it, I don't think. Right?
Well,
she mentioned him having God, but if he had God, he wouldn't be in this situation right now. Anyway.
I think that's a little too tough. I don't know.
I know. And think about this. What if you end up pregnant, right? Not you, baby. I'm talking about the girl. What if you end up pregnant, right? Now he has 2 on the way, okay? Can he afford the one? Much less 2 households now, right? And make it 3 households because he has his own place, I assume. I don't think they're living together. Again, we didn't get a lot of backstory, so we just don't know. And then my last question is, what's his mental capacity at this point in dealing with what he already knows, right? Is he tripping, or is he like, oh man, it's just a baby out, I can still be in this relationship, and technical difficulties here.
Yeah. All right. There's so many questions to this letter. I believe that you need to look at it from different angles. Like my husband, like he said, there's a lot of angles, and you went there. Like you really went with all these different things, which we don't
she's
know.
She's not seeing clearly.
Right. Well, I mean, she can't see it all. I mean, right now, because she just has this information, and we can't see either. So we have to kind of walk her from it. If he wants to move forward with you, sweetheart, you got to look at his character. Definitely have to look at his character. I don't know how. I love that he was forthright with you, and he did say, hey, this is the situation. I don't know what that conversation looked like. Would he be moving forward with the other girl if you were the one that had found out you were pregnant? Where do you see this? I mean, look at it like, where do you see this relationship really going? Like, what does the next 3 to 5 years look like? Because truth be told, at the very beginning, 2 months, if you're talking every day and seeing each other all the time, that seems like a really long time, and it's not. But it seems like it at the very beginning, because you're spending so much time and stuff together. I would really love to talk to you because I want to peel back the layers of this onion, this rose per se, to find out, because it sounds like he is a stand-up guy. She was super impressed with him. She said the vibe is good. There could be something there.
Yeah.
It could have been something. It was before her time.
But you know what? Well, it wasn't too much before her time.
Well, it depends on, so if this woman found out she's pregnant, they've been together 2 months. Was it 3 months ago? It takes a good 2 months for a woman to find out she's pregnant. I'm just saying.
I think after that first missed cycle.
That's about 2 months.
Yeah. I think that, again, and I'm going to repeat what I just said. What's love got to do with it? Right?
Oh, yeah.
What's your why?
I don't even know how much love is really going on in 2 months.
I know, right? But what's your why? I need for you to weigh, your decision. Look at the pros and cons, or the advantages and disadvantages, whatever you want to call it. Weigh them.
And write it out, right? Like
write
really
them out.
write them out. Yeah.
Write them out. Write them out and take a look at it, right? And this will help you kind of make your own decision.
Absolutely agree.
And don't just say, hey, I believe that, we're a great couple together. That's nothing, right? You need to look in the future.
Yeah, get past the whole Instagram look. Like, you don't have to really dive in. Yeah, for sure.
Where, like my wife said, where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years? 3 to 5 years, you got a 3-year-old at this point. You got a 5-year-old at this point. What if you guys have a baby, like I said at first? This guy, he got to get his stuff together, right? And again, there's not a lot of backstory here, so please include more backstory, but there's not a lot of backstory, so we can only surmise that as to what's going on.
Yeah, I would also be I would want to find out if there would be any possible baby mama drama, coming down the pike. I mean, like, for real, or if this woman's like, hey, I clearly get it, you're with somebody else, I'm actually with somebody else. You know what I mean? But I mean, there's a possibility. I mean, you may want to just slow down, really, at this point in time, and observe how things unfold. Really and truly, like, just be a spectator for a minute, because it's really not your situation. Not really. So just be a spectator for a minute. I mean, be honest about how you feel with him. Let him know. And however, I mean, it's new, I mean, keep it all in perspective and your options open. I think that, asking him what his plan is. Is this woman going to have to fend for herself? Are you going to be present in the child's life?
Wow. Yeah. Well, I see it like this as another, and I assume they're black because I was reading a letter, listening to the vernacular.
And you always think, well, true that. And you always think too, because the fact that you said we have 90-something%, our percentage of our clientele.
That's the truth.
It is, but majority.
The thing is that, here's another, it don't even have to have a color. Here's another male.
No, because every color goes through this.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Here's another male leaving a woman pregnant, right? Pursuing a relationship with someone else. I mean, we see it all the time.
But this is the thing, though, in this day and age, baby, is that women are like so busy getting their own bag that they're so cool with like, I'll do this, baby, on my own, because you and I don't have, like I said, she might have. Well, as long as both parents are present, I think it can be, as long as they're civilized for the sake of the child. They don't have to necessarily be in the same household.
Okay, we've been doing counseling for
I don't think they should just be together for the sake of the baby.
And we know the reality of the situation.
Right, but I think that if you push them together just for the sake of the baby, that still doesn't mean that even though they're there for the child, they don't have to necessarily be under the same roof or married or anything, because that it plays itself out later. I'm just saying.
Bottom line, I'm kind of looking out for you. I'm looking out for the woman in this one. And I'm also looking out for him because he has responsibilities. And I've always said that you're a man when you can handle your responsibilities.
Absolutely.
When you start taking care of your
Absolutely.
responsibility. That's why I call him a male, because that's what it seems like right now. He's just a male right now. He's not a man.
We don't know because we don't.
eyes.
Well, we don't know. The baby's not here yet. Okay, this was prior to her, so there could be a very. I mean, she has respect for him. She's not like, this guy's dirty. He's talking. She's like, hey, I've had no flags, none. She said that up until this time.
Well, keep in mind, baby, they had mutual friends,
Right.
so he's putting on a good show. If he is,
I don't get that. I think that what it is that they have a dilemma. And I know that I get where you're coming from because you're a man and you know how men get down. But I don't know if that's necessarily this brother right here.
So you know that though, why are you?
No, I think that what I'm saying is that give a pass simply because we don't have all the facts. Okay. But on what we're just.
I can give a grace on that.
Yeah. I mean, but I get what you're saying. I love it. I mean, because you're calling dudes out that, when it's that story that belongs to them. But this guy here can't fend for herself right now. Like she said, I just don't know what to do. And I mean, I can understand as a woman, I can understand her position of, I don't know what to do in this. I mean, we were great and then here this happens. But I really, again, I would really look at his transparency. Okay, mama, look at his transparency. See how he's being transparent with you. He's like, hey, I will introduce you to the girl. I told her about you. This is all on the table. It is nothing more than,
that's what needs to happen.
That kind of thing. Yeah. Now, if he's like really extending that type of transparency and being forthright and very inclusive with you, hey, I mean, see it through as far as where it's going. It's still very early. Not wishing anything on this young woman, but it's still very early of how it plays out. You don't know. And so pace yourself. But again, you're actually in a great position because this doesn't belong to you at all. You can walk away at any given time.
And you know what? You hear me say this a lot. Everything is a choice. You have a choice in this matter. You don't have to ask us or anybody else, what should I do? You have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
You can say, hey, I'm not down with this right now. Let's see, like you just said, let's see how
Call
this
me at
plays.
9 months, take a test, child. No.
Yeah, no, seriously. Seriously.
I know, I'm saying this. Sorry,
take
not
a test,
sorry.
make sure it's yours.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
there's so much to this. That's what I said.
Exactly. And that's why I said I had more questions than answers for this particular letter.
Call us,
but
girl.
I wanted to make sure we did this because every time we get a letter like this, one letter equals 1,000 other viewers
You better say
or
it.
listeners
Yes.
that may be in this same
It's
situation.
real talk. It is.
It's very real.
Yeah. Because none of it's just isolated. There's so many people that go through this. There's nothing just unique to you. There's so many things. And we hear them all, and none of them scare us. We're here for it. We're ready for it. But I'm telling you, and you tell me what you think, honey, I really believe that she is in the best position right now. She gets to watch how it plays out. She gets to really see. It really could end up being something that works out. It really could. You never know, though.
I don't agree that she's in the best position because of the way she entered the letter. What should I do? What's her mental capacity like?
It can't be that bad. Because if it was, no, you know what? I'm going to say this. If her mental capacity is that bad, then you've fallen too hard, too fast for somebody in 2 months. Your mental capacity should not be just off the rails behind this. It's too early. So she is, and you are in a good place, and see it from that standpoint in the sense that you can be an observer. At any time, you can pull out and go do your own thing. I would not get very serious. I would be very careful about having very safe sex, very, very, very safe sex if you're having sex, and just live. You guys you decided to go, and be in a whole relationship. You might want to rescind that for a minute. Yeah, and you might want to rescind that.
Not a quarter, but a whole relationship.
Absolutely. You may want to rescind that simply because I don't think he would have any rebuttal to that. He would understand it because if the shoe were on the other fence,
if he's a man of God.
Well, and if the shoe was on the other foot, then he would probably want to have the same opportunity. So I say, write it out. My husband was saying that. Weigh your pros and cons. Really take a look at it. Pray on it. Get with God about it. And let him show you who he really is. Allow him to be a man and show you who he really is. But in the meantime, do you. Continue to do you and be happy. Live your life. Be happy. Have your mutual friends. And just say, hey, we're just taking it, we're taking it kind of slow. We're enjoying the ride. We're taking it kind of slow. And see how it plays out.
And don't worry about what your mutual friends may say.
Yeah, no.
Because, I mean, they have no say in this anyway.
No, but they may be able to lend something because they are, and they may be like, hey, he talked to me. He's crushed by this. He doesn't want to lose. Who knows, Or this guy's always been a stand-up guy. This is just one of those things, Sometimes bad things happen to good people. You never know.
I think she gets the point.
Yeah, I think we drove it home.
And for those of you that write the letters in or ask questions like this, we're not going to tell you what you want to hear. Sometimes like this, we're going to tell you like it is.
Yeah. And it's real, you guys. I mean, I love doing this with you, honey. I love what we do. I really do.
I do too.
I think we bring both, bring our components from a male perspective and a female perspective. So we're going to give it to you straight from the heart, but it's going to be, straight no chaser. That's for sure.
But again, with him, I mean, you got a kid on the way. You need to handle your responsibilities. I'm not saying you are or not, because I don't know, but you need to handle your responsibilities. And part of your responsibilities is being straight up with the other girl as well. Hey, that was a one night stand. It happened. That ain't gonna fly.
I think what he could also do here, and this just came to mind. Get it. If you're listening, sir, get it straight with her. Excuse me, honey. Get it straight with her, the woman that you're dating, obviously. Definitely get it straight. I would do it in this type of order. If this was my situation and I was a guy, I would talk to the young lady, but then I would talk to her family. I would talk to her parents and let them know, this is my position on this. No shade to your daughter. This is my position on this. I have a lady friend that I'm very interested in. This is what I'm willing to do. I will totally accept my responsibilities, but this is what it is. And then you go to your woman after you got that straight, and then you let her know about your vision and your plan for you and her. And then that way she can make a really solid decision if she wants to be a part in this whole scenario.
So what you're saying is be intentional about
Absolutely. Every day, all day.
So we thank you for sending these letters in. Please continue to send them in. We love them. We love during the week going through them and saying which ones we're going to pick and choose. And if you have a letter, all you got to do is go to iforeverwill.com and go to the radio show link and fill that form out. Or you can go to loveandblackwithtoryandterry.com and do the same.
Yes, indeed. Listen, we'll see you next week. We love you guys. Stay positive, stay encouraged, and hit us up. We're here for you. We'll be right here waiting for you on Praise. Have a good week. Make love, not war. Bye.
This episode of Love and Black with Tory and Teri is brought to you by Gracie's Restaurant on Kirby Drive and the Carrabba's family of restaurants. If you would like to be a guest, sponsor, or advertise, contact us at info@loveandblackwithtoryandterry.com.